guys, and welcome to another Gravy's Brew review with me, Gareth Guys Gravy. Then guys, for this video I'm bringing you something a little bit different tonight. I'm not bringing you a beer review. Instead, I was tagged by my good mate Peter, the Clueless drinker, to take part in the frequently asked beer questions. A little YouTube tag game that was started by Nitch at the Tasting Nitch channel. I'm going to bob a link to her channel down in the description. I'm also going to bob a link down there to Pete's channel, the Clueless Drinker channel. Links will be down there, as will the questions to this little tag. So I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm just going to get down to it because some of the answers may just be a little bit long. I'll give you that warning right now. Oh, and before I actually do start, another little part of this was to tag somebody, or to tag a couple of people in, to continue this. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, and I'll reiterate it at the end of the video, if you're watching this video, you're a beer tuber, questions will be down there, you're tagged. Let's see your videos. Anyway, two-parter for question one. How did you get into beer and why? Well, I'm going to get the why out of the way first. I think a lot of people, regardless of what you drink, whether it's beers, wines, spirits, a lot of the time you're in a pub, and you get that, you get a lot of people talking, whether it's with your friends or whether you start off with your friends and you end up talking to complete strangers. You always have that kind of rapport and camaraderie with your fellow drinkers. And I could say the same for here on YouTube. The brew tubers that I've met and speak to, a great bunch of folks, and yeah, it was all thanks to beer. And as far as how I got into beer, well, for me, I actually started a little bit late in the beer game, drinking and the like. I actually started just before my 21st birthday. Those of you that follow me in my personal life, you'll know that I do have some various health issues, which for me did kind of make me think twice about starting to consume alcohol. So I kind of left it off for a few years, and I'll reiterate this point in a question later on. One of the first beers I had was a lager. It was a very low percentage. I think it was something like 3%, and it was only a half a pint, I should say, as well. Again, just before my 20th birthday, or 21st, excuse me. And from that point on, for quite a few years, I will admit, I was mostly a lager drinker. I got into drinking real ales, craft beers, about 3-4 years ago now. I received a little gift box with a couple of ales as a gift, I think, and I've reiterated this a few points, or I've said it a few times. I received a little gift box. Can't remember whether it was for a Christmas present or a birthday present, but it was a little 2-bottle gift pack, which started me on my journey. And yeah, I've not looked back since. Question 2. What's your favourite beer? tough question, that one, because I do like quite a few beers now. I think if I was to pinpoint a beer by name, I know it's probably a bit cliche, or I know it probably isn't going to be one of the most popular answers, but for me it has to be Brewdog's Punk IPA. It was one of the first craft beers that got me onto the scene and into drinking craft beer. So that one does hold a bit of a special place for me. I also like a few stouts. Guinness Stout, the Foreign Extra, is one of my favourites. So there's just two off the top of my head. Another one, and I'm sorry to say, another Brewdog one is Dead Pony Club. Has become a firm favourite of mine as well. So there's just three for you. Question 3. If you could have one beer forever, what would it be? Again, I would have to say Brewdog's Dead Pony Club. That is probably one of my favourite beers. It's just a nice, sessionable ale. In my opinion, can't go wrong with it. Question 4. How can you drink so much, and how do you stay healthy? Well, how do I stay healthy? Unfortunately, again, kind of reiterating a point from question 1. Again, I kind of limit myself to very few days drinking. I must admit, I am not a everyday drinker. I probably only drink maybe 3 or 4 days out of the week, and even then I only drink a couple of pints a day when I am doing that. I know I could probably do with losing a bit of weight, trying to get a bit mobile, but again, certain health conditions do kind of limit me to what I can do, so I just try and limit what I intake, or limit my alcohol intake, I should say. So that's that. And again, I don't actually drink all that much. Again, I drink maybe 3.5 days out of the week, and again, only a couple of pints at a time. Question 5. Are you an alcoholic? No, I'm not. I don't depend on alcohol. I can leave it if I wish. You know, I can probably have a drink or two on a Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and I probably won't pick up another bottle until Thursday evening, Friday evening, something like that, so I can have a good 2 or 3 days without a beer. So yeah, I don't consider myself an alcoholic. Question 6. What's your favourite ingredient? Well, for me, and I'll bring up the point better in the next question, for me it's got to be the hops. For me, a good combination of hops can really make a beer in terms of the flavours and aromas. That real good balance of hops, flavours and aromas from a couple of good hops can make a beer. And it'll tell me whether it's a decent beer or whether it's one that I personally should avoid. Question 7. Do you brew? Well, I think if you are a long time viewer of this channel, you'll know that yes, I do brew. Again, kind of just going back to the last question, kind of getting into various methods of brewing. I do kits, I do all grain. I've started to do some DME based extract brews, a couple of liquid malt extract brews as well, to which I can add my own hop additions, any other adjuncts and things of that nature. You know, something I do enjoy doing, and it does actually save me a few pennies as well from my weekly shopping list. Question 8. What was your first beer? Well, again, as I mentioned in question 1, I believe my first beer was a half pint of Brew Pilsner, or lager, excuse me, about 15 years ago, just before my 21st birthday. That was my first beer, but if the question's also asking about maybe first craft beer, I think again my first craft beer was probably either Punk IPA, or I think it was actually one of the Black Sheep ales, either Black Sheep Ale or Black Sheep's Golden Sheep. I can't exactly remember which one. It was one of those three, other than the Brew lager, and then all the lagers prior to that, or after that I should say. And finally, question 9. Who in the beer world do you look up to? Well, I do have quite a few favourite brew tubers that I try to not skip watching their videos. I think one of the first beer tubers I do remember watching was Terry Kay of Beer Goggles Reviews. He was one of the first, I believe, Mr. Real Ale Guide himself, Simon Martin, was one of the first ones as well. But I have various different favourite brew tubers who I do look up to. Even some of the brewers now. Craig Faraway is another favourite brew tuber of mine who I follow quite a lot. So there's just a few names for you. Didn't really want to throw out too many, didn't really want to seem like I was, you know. And guys, well, that was just my hopefully quick contribution to this little tag. As I said at the top of the video, I'm not going to tag anyone in particular, but if you're watching this and you want to give it a go, questions will be down there, you're tagged, and well, let's have some fun, shall we? And once again, thank you to Pete, the Clueless Drinker, for tagging me in this. Hope this video wasn't too long and too boring for you, Pete mate. And also to Nitch, Tasting Nitch, thank you for putting this little tag out there. Links to both of your channels, guys, they'll be down there in the description. Alright guys, well that's all I've got for you for now. So until next time, from Gravy's Brew Reviews, this has been Gareth Goes Gravy, and I'll see you later. Cheers.